There was once someone who did such amazing things and said such wonderful things that people had to ask who he really was. Once when they asked, he said, "I am the light." I see the love of God in you, the light of Christ comes shining through, and I am blessed to be with you, O holy child of God. The one that said, "I am the light," changed to be in all places at all times. See this light? How it's just in one place? Let's change the light. Look, the light's changed. It's growing. It's becoming invisible. It's filling the room with the light of Christ. As you go about this room today, know that the light is there. And when you leave this room today, know that you take the light of Christ with you wherever you go. Now watch carefully so you always know where to find today's lesson. This is a parable. See, it's not a parable of Jesus. So it's smaller, and it's not gold. It's a different color. It's got a lid. It's a box. We know parables are like inside of boxes. Let's see what's inside. It's a box. It's a box inside of a box. A parable inside of a parable? Let's see what else there is. It's a box. Another box. Another box inside of a box inside of a box. So it's like a parable is inside of a parable that's inside of another parable? Let's keep looking. Oh no. It's another box. It's a box inside of a box, it's inside of a box, it's inside of a box. This must be it. There's a parable inside of here. It's another box. Okay. Box. Box inside of another box, inside of another box. So a parable's inside all of these. It's a gold box. This must be it. There must be a parable inside here. It's the gold one. Must be the one we've been waiting for. This must be the last one. Now we can really see what is inside of a parable. It's hard to see, isn't it? That's why people who love parables very much put it in a box so that they can find it and even take it with them. They didn't want to lose the parable. It was too precious. The next people who came along also loved parables very much. So they put the parable box that the first people made that wasn't quite right for them, and they made it their own. The next people who came along also loved parables very much, but the box the other people made didn't agree with them very well. They wanted one that was just right for them, so they made their own. People kept doing this. Someone would come along and find the parable box someone else made and like it, but it wasn't just right for the new person. So they made one that was right for them. When the next people came along and did the same thing, and this went on for hundreds of years. Even after 1,000 years, this was still going on. Then, about the time America was discovered, it was still happening. Over and over, the next people who got the parable realized it wasn't right for them. So, they made it their own. Finally, your grandmothers and grandfathers who loved parables very much found the parable box the people who came before them had made. They liked it, but it was just not quite right for them. So they made it their own. Finally we come to the time for your mothers and fathers. They love parables very much too. But the box that their mothers and fathers made was not quite right for them. So they had to make it their very own. I wonder, who's going to make the next parable box? I wonder what the line of boxes really means. I wonder what really is inside the parable box. I wonder, have you ever been close to the inside of a parable? I wonder, will you think of this story today? Or maybe you'll think of something else. But whatever you do, know that you take the light of Christ with you wherever you go.